mean, such a weird story, this, right? Ever since it broke last night, picture goes out, everybody goes, there's a picture of the Princess of Wales. She wasn't supposed to be being seen until sometime after Easter. That's what we were told, despite the fact that a picture appeared in an American online site, TMZ, a couple of weeks, well, maybe last week, was it? Driving in a car in Windsor, supposedly after picking up the kids from school. Then suddenly, this incredible statement comes out from AP, Associated Press, and several other news agencies, including AFP, Agence France Presse, basically saying they'd withdrawn the picture, and they used such sort of strong language called a kill order, that they were getting rid of it because it had obviously been interfered with in some way, shape or form. An incredible situation caused by themselves, really. Let's talk now to host of the To Die For daily podcast, Kinsey Schofield. Kinsey, I mean, you and I have spoken about some pretty weird stories over the years, but I mean, I just keep asking myself the question, why did they do it? What on earth have they got to gain by doing what they did?
Surely the palace knew, based on all of the, kind of online chaos surrounding the Princess of Wales's well-being. It's not just her well-being, Mike. I try to stay away from the rumors, but people are talking about the status of the relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, the rumors are malicious and they're out of control online right now. Surely, knowing this and knowing how crazy everything is, you would want to carefully choreograph the princess's big reveal when it comes to her, the first time we're officially seeing her after this abdominal surgery. I don't blame the Princess of Wales. I think we're all guilty of photoshopping our own photos. I think that this is a huge fail on the palace's side, and I'm a little irritated that they allowed her to fall on the sword here, because she is recovering. She's recuperating from a major surgery. We know that she asked to be left alone until Easter, and now she's dealing with all of this chaos. And can I just tell you, here in America, I'm having major media outlets contact me, say, can you comment on the fact that people are saying that it's not really her face? They've swapped her face out for her face on the cover of British Vogue. That's ridiculous. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, but I'm forced to respond to it. So it's just the biggest mess.
But that's the thing, there doesn't seem to be any reason for any of this to have happened, and it's all happened as a result of whatever is going on at Kensington Palace, because they didn't need to put a picture out for Mother's Day. They didn't need to then Photoshop the picture in such a way that it's so obviously terrible that you can't believe anybody official saw it before it was sent out to the news agencies, because all you've got to do is look at the 7 things that are supposedly wrong with it. And even if you're the world's worst observer, you can notice at least one of them, not least, some of the strange arrangements of the hands, the strange way that the fingers are sort of placed, the strange way that, the whole picture just looks a bit odd. There's no way, it seems to me, that passes through anybody who's got an ounce of common sense about PR, who doesn't say, hang on a minute, what is this picture about? Why does it look so weird?
Well, can I just let you know that I did do some research, because I wanted to point the finger at somebody. So I did do some research, and I found that, I believe his last name is Watkins, and maybe it's Daniel Watkins. The Wales has hired a hotshot social media expert from the Sussexes. When the Sussexes left, the Waleses swooped him up. And he left the royal fold at the end of December 2023. He was last working for Earthshot Prize under Prince William, but he was called the Sussexes' secret weapon, and he launched Sussex Royal, which was at the time record-breaking social media-wise. I am under the impression that they recently lost kind of a digital rock star, and they're in a weird transition period where they haven't found somebody that perhaps they trust or that is necessarily up for the task, because I really can't justify it otherwise. Did you lose somebody really valuable, and now you guys are juggling the type of things that shouldn't be in your lap right now?
No, of course. But even if that's true, and I'm not suggesting it's not true, but I mean, even if they've lost this guy, surely there are other people in their household, even if they're not PR experts, that you would show the picture to, and, if she was going to play with it, I mean, it's all very well to say everybody photoshops pictures and people make their Instagram picture look a little bit glossier, and maybe they might even make themselves look a bit thinner or a bit more tanned, or, you know, a bit, you know, less hefty or whatever. But you don't, you know, operate in such a way as to produce a picture that has weird stuff in it when you're potentially the next Queen of the United Kingdom, do you?
It's bizarre. It's unfortunate. But, you know, I look at what Kim Kardashian is notorious for this here in the States. She gets called out for it all the time. I think what happened was there were different expressions, or, you know, there were different expressions or body language that she preferred, had an original, and she kind of copied and pasted those different faces and the body posture on top of an original photograph, and didn't clean it up properly. I do believe that they were all sitting there at the same time. It's from the same session. I'm not going to buy into the conspiracies that it's 5 different moments or a Vogue magazine cover. I just think there were a couple of pictures taken, and she tried to create the best picture with the cutest expressions. And I mean, it worked a little bit, because for about half an hour, we were all goo goo gaga over it and sharing it and loved the photo until we started seeing some of those mishaps.
No, true. And I've certainly seen a couple of professional photographers talking about it on social media, of course, in which they've been able, by the use of an iMac, for example, to go back into the history of the digital image and find that actually, yes, it was taken with some kind of Canon camera. It was taken within the last 2 or 3 days. You know, it then went through several different changes while it was being played with on another different Apple laptop. So, I mean, there is a digital kind of track, if you want, that you can trace if you wish. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'm not going to go for these mad, crazy conspiracy theories that we hear about. But what I am going to say is that it was a very foolish thing to do, and a very foolhardy thing to do. And it hasn't really helped the image of the royal family as modern or smart or even just on top of their game.
No, it's not done them any favors, and it sure has not released the Princess of Wales of this pressure she's feeling to be seen. I mean, you know, I felt like we saw her only today, this morning, because of this instance. You know, I guess she had to come out, even though she shied away from the cameras. It was almost as if she was like, no, I'm here. It's real. Don't panic.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, finally, surely the best thing for her to do, which would completely eradicate any doubts about how well or not she is, would be to make a little video and just go, look, let me just explain how that happened. I feel really stupid. And people would love her for it. And they'd go, yeah, we've all made mistakes, and good luck to you, and we'll see you after Easter.
Or release the original photos so you could see Louis sticking his tongue out, or somebody blinking, and you'd understand why that photo was swapped out. Yes.
Yes, I think so. Well, I dare say that there will be some people who rather enjoy this kind of thing going on in Kensington Palace. We won't mention them. We won't say why. Omid Scobie's been quite active on social media as well. But I'm sure we'll be talking about this throughout the entire week, Kinsey. So we'll dare say we'll speak to you again soon.